Alright, now folks, we back now. This is our Rotels. You using the original and the hot. We're gonna dump that Rotel in there. Let that go to simmering down. Put that other one in there. Bop, bop, bada bang, bada boom. And we cooking now. Now y'all folks gotta understand something. Us southern folks, we cook. We love to cook. We love to eat. Food is very, very special. And
There's a black spot.
Oh, that's just that thing, mama. All you gotta do is just flip this over, bingo.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Now it's gone.
Now, folks, I don't usually sit here and tell people my secrets, so don't think you're gonna get every secret I got. But I will tell y'all some things about our cooking and stuff. What we got here is that grillage. Grillage. I'm gonna show y'all what that is. You see this pot? Now, I'm gonna show you something. You see this, what I'm scraping down there? See that burn, what you call a burn at the bottom of the pot? No, we call that grijon. Grijon, whatever you call it. My French ain't all that. But you get all that goodness off the bottom of the pot with liquid. Now that goodness is all your fat and stuff that done burnt down to the bottom of the pot during the browning session. From the onion and the meat. So you just keep going around, you know. Pot out. Oh wait, we're gonna do a little of this. Now I'm doing this with my right-handed folks. I'm actually left-handed, so I'm holding the camera with my left hand as we go. We're gonna push that all down like that. We're gonna let that simmer down. Get a good hot. We're gonna turn the fire up down. We're gonna put that fire on 6. Because we don't want to cook it too fast, but we don't want it to cook too slow. And as you see, look at that. You see that? How pretty that looks? Yeah, it's pretty, huh? That's pretty. Now you folks, y'all don't know nothing about cooking like this. So here we go. We're gonna give you back to my mama. That's my mama right there. She my co-pilot today. We using frozen corn, folks. Cause that's what my mama would use. Cause it's still corn. It's whole kernel corn. It just ain't got the cob. We don't need the cob. The cob ruin everything. It's in my way. Who wanna sit there? I don't know about you, but I'm missing most of my teeth from being in prison and stuff. But man, I'll tell you something, folks. Since I've been back home down here in Arizona by my adopted family, man, I'm at peace right now, you know? Not all hyped up, worrying about who's out to get me. I'm not worried about who gonna try to kill me tomorrow. Cause I'm safe. I'm at home with family. Good, wholesome people, you know? Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody perfect. My mom and daddy ain't perfect. They're good Christian folks, though. Nobody's perfect. Yeah. You should see my mama the other day. She about to kill me. She thought I was doing some messed up things, boy. My mama was about to beat my butt. Shoot. Good Lord help me, though. She realized I wasn't doing nothing wrong. These people have taken me in and given me a place to lay my head and an opportunity to get my life right, you know? Because as I've told y'all in videos before, you know, I've had a really rough life, you know? And I'm not proud of everything I've ever done, but I ain't ashamed either. You know why? Because everything I ever did in life, well, honestly, let's be honest about it. I really didn't have much of a choice because of the way I had to live. Because my life ain't always been pretty. My life was never handed to me on a silver platter. I didn't have no silver spoon. I had to get it how I lived. From a young boy. In the streets, working, didn't matter. Selling drugs or pimping or whatever. Whatever it took to survive, I did. I ain't ashamed of that. I ain't proud of it because I don't like that. I don't like having to live like that. Nobody should have to live like that. But I tell you one thing, ain't nobody should ever be ashamed of what they have to do to make money. Whatever it takes to make money, to make sure you and your family eat and doing all right, Shaq, do what you gotta do. And don't ever hang your head being ashamed of it. Because you know what? Sometimes a man got, a woman, man, don't matter, gotta do what they gotta do. Now folks, I'm gonna tell you a little something. You know, years ago, when I was real little, you know, I used to sit there and ask my family all the time, especially my papa, because he was the only real male role model other than my older cousins and stuff. I'd ask him all the time, Papa, tell me, what makes you the man you is, Papa? He said, boy, I'll tell you right now. He said, they got two kind of men in this world. They got men who are men because they grown, but they still little boys. Because they don't take care of their responsibilities. They don't do what's got to be done. He said, and then there's men that do whatever it's got to get done to make sure their family don't go without. I said, well, Papa, how do I know if I'm a real man or not? He said, boy, I'm going to tell you how you know you're a real man. When your family look at you and can say, man, I know he ain't going to let me suffer. When your family can count on you through the hardest of hardships, no matter how much you got to suffer, boy, that's a real man. A real man gives up everything for the people he loves. My whole life, I've strived to be as close to my grandpapa as I could because, man, he was my idol, you know. I get a little emotional when I think about my papa, man. My papa wasn't perfect. And I hope my mama don't hear me say this, but my papa did something that was really bad to a family member. And we all know he was wrong. But we also know that my papa wasn't in his right mind either. My papa was losing his mind. He regretted what he did. You know, he sexually did something to one of his own, you know, and it tore him up for the rest of his life. But I tell you something. He made a mistake, but he ain't never did it again. And he begged God every day of his life for forgiveness for it. When I think about my papa, I think, man, that's what a man does. A man makes a mistake, he owns up to it and does what needs to be done to make that right. Now, you can't ever make it right with the person you harm. But boy, let me tell you something. You can always get right with God. If you can't get right with God, then, you know, hey, you screwed. I hate to say it in front of my mama. Forgive me for my French, mama, but you effing screwed in life if you don't get right with God, man. I try every day to make God know that the things I've done in life, I'm sorry for what I've had to do. I ain't proud of that shit. But God knows I did what I had to do. And I just hope he can forgive me. And I hope that the things I've done for others in my life, how I've reached other people and stopped them from hurting themselves or someone else, I just pray that God can look at that and say, you know what? I'm going to forgive him for it. Made a mistake. The boy did something to make it right. Reason I say I ain't no Christian is because I don't like Christians. No offense to my mom and daddy. When I say Christians, I don't mean people who really follow Christ. I'm talking about them holy roly, holier than thou mother. Who think just because they said, oh, I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I got baptized, they think they saved. No, you ain't saved. Because Jesus himself said, you can have all the faith in the world, but if you ain't doing what I've done, it's irrelevant. That man died for us. That man gave up his whole life, walked the streets, stayed amongst homeless people, stayed amongst drug addicts, prostitutes, lived in ghettos, slept on roads, lived with thieves, killers. And he loved them. Gave the shirt off of his back to them. You call yourself a Christian, folks? You better stop and wake up and smell the coffee and start doing what Christ did, because if not, you're going to have to answer to that man one day. And like he said, he's going to look at you and say, I know you not. I don't know you. All you did was try to get self-glorification, gratification. You wanted people to love you. You wanted people to think you was good, but you wasn't. You did it for all the wrong reasons. A good Christian does it for the right reasons, because it's the right thing to do. So at the end of the day, I guess I am a Christian, because I do those things. I have lived with the prostitutes and the drug addicts and drug dealers. I've been in them ghettos. And I've tried to uplift every man, woman I could come across and bring them out of that stuff, just like I bring myself out every time. I'll tell you one thing. When I found out I had this throat cancer, it made me realize how important it is to get yourself right. To know that you don't want to die not knowing if you can go up there or down there. Right now, I feel like I'm going to go up there. I believe I am. Because I'm willing to die for others. Like I told you folks. Threw myself at the feet of a major drug lord. Begging him to give mercy to the rest of a city that betrayed me. Ready to die for them. And that man forgave them because of me. Now, that don't make me right with God, and I don't know what will. But I'll tell you one thing, I ain't gonna stop. If I gotta die for a prostitute or a child molester or a murderer, I will. But understand something. Like I've told you folks before, I will also punish a child molester or a rapist. I will kill him my damn self before I let him harm another person. But I ain't gonna let nobody hurt nobody for the wrong reasons. Now, if you killing that man because he hurt a child or a woman, then yeah. I'm gonna step aside and let you do what's gotta get done. Because it can't be tolerated in this world. Because God can't step in because he gave us free will. But your free will don't stop. My free will don't stop because you got free will. So if your free will allows you to harm others, my free will will allow me to harm you. But you know, folks, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to hurt nobody. I just want to smoke some weed, love on my future wife, who's coming to see me next week, spend time with my beautiful family, who I love to death, my beautiful mama, who's holding the camera right now. Y'all should see my mama Linda. She's beautiful. Sweet as gold. Her and my doctor dad, they've been married 56 years. 56 or 55, mama?
We've been married 55.
55? Oh, I'm sorry. 55.
But I've known him for 56.
But they've been knowing each other 56. Man, that's a special kind of love, man. 56 years they've been together. Man. I just pray me and my girl can make it that long. Lord, that's a blessing. To wake up next to the person you love every day for 50 something years. Now I'm quite sure they had their ups and downs. I know ain't no relationship perfect. Just like ain't no person perfect. One thing I know about these two people, ain't no doubt in my mind where they gonna be. I just hope I'm there with them. I hope if I go before them, I hope I'm there waiting for them. If they go before me, I hope they there to greet me at the gate and say, "Oh, you're here finally, huh? We've been wondering what was taking you." Now, folks, let me show y'all something real quick. I'm getting carried away with emotions and stuff. Now, y'all folks understand, I'm crazy. Y'all know that. But this crazy fool can cook. Look at that. That's all the beginning. Ooh, look at that, folks. You see how pretty that is? Yeah. That's some real pretty stuff. Now, folks, I'm going to cut this off for a minute because I got to let this here simmer for a little while. And then I'm going to add my corn. I'm going to bring y'all back when the corn go in. And y'all going to get to see the rest of the video. And y'all going to see like, man, I'm sorry, I'm all up in y'all face, you know. Yeah, excuse me. My mama had to go to use the little girl's room. So, folks, understand something. I didn't grow up around here. But these people love me. Just like I love them, you know. And I'm grateful for everything they do for me. I'll tell you one thing. Good Lord blessed me and gave me people that love me. Folks, always cherish the people you love. Because, like I say all the time, man, I'm dying. I don't know if I'm going to beat cancer. I say I'm going to beat it. But I don't know that for a fact. Only the good Lord knows. I'll tell you one thing. If I was to go tomorrow, I can go with a smile on my face knowing I was loved. That's something, man, that you don't ever want to lose. So, folks, I'll be back in a little while, y'all.